Okay. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go and have take 2 for round 3 in the 2023 series of the Gran Turismo World Series Nations Cup on Gran Turismo 7. After I just took a hard-going attempt on the first run at GTWS Raceway for 16 laps for the number of players by the same, and grid start is about to be set and good to go for having a 4 times of fuel consumption and 10 times the tire wear rate. Well, I can't say because it takes much more possibility to face up and overcome many obstacles when you're on sector 1 and 2 around each part of the corners and elevation. Well, I can't say because I had to be sure to go for phase 2 after the last time from a few minutes ago. Well, I know you guys just gonna have to keep trying because this race is going to be super fast, and try to make your best effort to overcome many obstacles when you're on turn number 2 to 5, and especially of course to be on turn 6 through turn 10. So I have to go again for having attempt number 2, so I had to go perfectly at this time, so I had to make it right and go down to do some phases during the live stream video. Phase 1 for having a preparation, and do the rest part to be on phase 2 with no interruption to be received with some chat comments and some viewers. But whenever you're welcome at any time, because I'm just gonna have to try to keep working hard and putting up to have this part of the 1% chance to have this upcoming content video for myself. So, time to go back and have some more practice before the matchmaking will start until the countdown is complete. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it is time to get ready to go and start the race. Let's begin. Well, as the conclusion continues for round 3 in the Nations Cup, that I just ended up and well placed to be on the 11th place, because still need to do some working hard and putting up with some options that I have to go down and putting up to have some brake balance just to make sure to have some good position to be well respond. So I had to be sure to be set on 5, all set automatically, and no need to have some BOP work to be putting up with some tuning because regulation is now being set on the medium. Well, of course it is, because the dirty air is going to be quite having a best time weakness because of the SF23 models between the Honda and Toyota version. But just going to try to get shape up for myself because live stream recording is still now yet to be progressed by a few minutes ago. So let me do the practice, and I'll have to step back and go for phase 2 after having a 5-minute qualifier to take 4 laps and see how it turns out to find out which outcome is going to be look like. Okay, gonna have to go up the hill on turn 2. Going agile, have a good best time on turn 4 and 5. But I'm not giving up yet. This video segment is all I have to do is gonna have to keep trying harder and go be creative. Something else that I just really might need to come up to be visualized, because I'm still am to be as a live stream director to have this part of the video segment that needs to be turns out 100% perfection. It's like having a Hollywood studio. That's how it is, because I might gonna have to come up something else to have a fast of majority to have this part of the third round is all about super fast between the SF23 models at GTWS Raceway is a stunning thrill of the masterpiece. So here comes my new record. Second lap, off I go in 1 minute 13.957 seconds. Very good, but not yet. Need to do some hard work. Gonna have to keep try harder to have turn 4 and 5. Gonna have to do it correctly and stay on in to have sector 2 to go continuous to be around in turn 6 through 9. But make it for turn 10 as well. So it'll have to be keeping up and keep try harder to have a good torque of the maintained pace of the proper position. Very good, steady balance, check. More torque on the acceleration. I hope you guys really think that this is okay. But in the meantime, because I'll have to make sure to have my best pick for myself to have a determination until the encore content video will be served to be coming soon as well. And whoa, okay, too much to be well speed and handling. Okay, go for the back straight. Turn 14 has to step up. Okay, that's lap number 4. Keep a good focus on turn 1 at the out and out corner. That's very good torque response. Keep a good flow of tactics on turn 4 and 5. Clear on in on sector 2. .585 seconds in 1 minute and 13 seconds clear. One minute, 50 seconds left remaining until the matchmaking will start. So brief reminder folks, subscribe to my YouTube channel and help me out to get up onto 1,000 to be served as my milestone achievement. Let's make my channel and go overdrive to be more faster and help out to be doing a main support as well. All I have to do is going to keep trying harder because faster times and tough challenges on Sector 1 and 2 at D-Force Raceway is always about putting up with some braking position and cornering to be real steady as possible. So I have to keep a good watchful eye if there's any dirty air is now coming in, use the overtake, and just going to make one best push to get in and get out of the dirty air alive as much as possible. So it's down to 50 seconds left. Okay, that's lap number 7. Stopping and be on standby to keep revving up to the limit. Seconds. Let's get ready to go. Matchmaking to join in session on the lobby. This has got to be work perfectly for only one more time. If I don't make it, I'll be had to stick it and ends up between middle or below in the grid because that could cause a poor effort for my driver rating. I'm sure of it. It takes rise and fall and just gonna have to get back on your feet that you might gonna have to do it this time and just gonna have to get shape up to be more focusing to be dealing with some obstacles and focusing on the opponent with a dirty air and having some main situation is gonna have to get in or get out alive. Alright, let's go. Brake balance check on 5. Warm-up is in progress. Okay, gonna have to keep a good watchful eye on turn 4. That could be a very tough to avoid a penalty. That's turn 9. Now, just going to make sure don't hit around each other. That could be a very bad reputation for the SF23 models. So let's have a good race and try not to get hit onto each other. That could cause major severe problems that could cause amount of sportsmanship rating. Now let's go. 4 lap qualifier in 5 minutes, up we go. I had to get ready. This has got to work and go steady carefully to avoid any kinds of mistakes on Sector 1 and 2. Now let's pit out. Okay, Phil Hooligan has now have a 3-second penalty due to cutting pit lanes. Okay, looks like I just saved one player. Okay, going back straight. Okay, looks like lap number 2, and it's go time to go faster in the rush. There we go, turn 1 clear. Now on to turn 2 and 3. That's very good. Now for turn 6, find a good line, enter sector 2. Way to keep up to have that good agile position with no losing grip. Turn 11 to 13 at the back straight. Inside the tunnel on sector 3. Now for turn 14 at the hairpin. Okay, more work to do. Okay, gonna have to keep a good watchful eye on the time. So, unless minute on time and go extreme measure to have a minute and 13 seconds is now check and raring to go. But in the meantime, because drop down to be update in the 5th position. Now it's 6th place. Okay, looks like here's Gold Nuts. He did very good out there to take the 1st position by a minute, 12.557 seconds. So I had to go harder this time if I had to get in and get out to have some sparks fly. Okay, there's Mean Malene. Still need to catch up more. Okay, so close. It's only down to 30 seconds left. Looks like Ahmad is now entered to take the 1st position by a minute, 12.112 seconds. Okay, looks like it's all safe and clear. Finally, I guess I just dropped down and being update on position 9. So if I have to go down to be on 10th place, this could be a very tough time to go start out to be in the middle or the back. I might be preferred to be starting out to be in the middle session. So, I guess that's phase 1. We'll have to go for having a preparation, viewers. So I'll have to go and get down to be on phase 2. So I had to get my rehearsal act to be shape up, and just gonna have to go down to do it because this is gonna have to take 2 for having a part of the live stream video. So I had to be come back in about 35 seconds. So don't go away, folks. So I'll be right back quickly as a 1 swift up dash. Alright, we are back. This could get a very difficult challenge when we're joining in session to have one race and 16 laps for the GT3 and GT2 League. For today's temperature in DeForest Raceway is 62.6 degrees Fahrenheit and a bright and sunny day for having a good weather condition forecast out there for having a best time in Switzerland. So do your best out there, folks, and master 18 turns to go extreme measures to go faster, swift, and less braking to do some more skill handling. But that's not all, because one method of the pit stop will have to go start out by around in lap number 7 or lap number 9. So in about 10 seconds, so let's make sure to have that race to go overtake to beat the dirty air. Let's do it, and go commands. The 2023 GTWS Nations Cup is about to begin. SF23 models are about to be ready to go faster and get set to have the players. First up, we have Ahmad in position 1. Here we have RR Ghost 45 in second place. Third place is Goat Nuts, all set and good to go. And here is Guluamo in fourth place. Fifth place, we have Savage Revenge 77 is good to go. AJ GT 350 is here on 6th place. RSRT The Great Cry in 7th place. Here's Always Sample in 8th place. 9th place is myself with the UTRS Insportec livery is about to be choosing with the Toyota version. Jay Heger in 10th place. Next up is Shanti. Very good Panasonic theme variation, and here is Jay Iyer in 12th place. Me Moline has entered in 13th position, followed by Racer Barrett 532 in 14th place. 15th place is Phil Hooligan is now entered, and the last place is Torque Freddy. I'm so very good and much more surprising to beat the dirty air, and the countdown is about to go initiate. So be careful, folks. This race is about to get much more disastrous because we're about to go down and take turn number 1 in the third round for the Nations Cup in the 2023 GTWS. It's about to go underway. Survive while you can and go overtake to climb up and get entered to be on the top 5 position whenever it takes. So be careful. This race is going to get much more grueling and far more difficult to have 18 turns around in DeForest. So the first sector cleared to be entered by the major collision, so head on over to be on sector 2. Go entered and step it up to be at turn number 9 before pull the brake at turn number 10. So beat the dirty air and go overtake to have a good usage to be on the main gauge. So use it wisely and keep up the main pressure to go faster and more stable to be on the mid condition. So, as per Team UTRS Insportec has now entered to be on the 6th position, so off we go and keep a good main pressure to beat the dirty air and go faster to get closer onto the opponent. Savage Revenge 77 is now going entered to be in the 5th position on the turn 18, and Guluamo is now entered to be on a side-by-side formation between two SF23 models to be entered on lap number 2. Ahmed has now currently entered for the fastest lap time by 1 minute 17.566 seconds to get in and go faster to be in the main defense when he's on first position in the lead. And there it goes. Many racers will be swooping to take the first sector quickly and head on in on sector 2 to be entrance on turn number 6. Looks like Team UDRS Insportec is now going for the quick defense as Racer Barrev 532 is now going enter by having a sneaking approach. Beat the Dirty Air is always about having a main part of the necessarily between two SF23 models ever since from the SF19 models back from last season. It's about to go quicker, challenging, and whole new set of challenges for the Nations Cup for this year for the main part of the current season. And here comes the hairpin on turn 14. Slow in, fast out, and make that good defense for Team Insportec to stay on 6th position and go overtake to get quickly to get closer to be on the main elevation on the distance. So here it comes. Looks like Goldnuts has now took over by having a record time and entered on 2nd place by 1 minute 13.105 seconds. Looks like Racer Barrev 532 is now going overtake at Team Insportec on turn number 1 and gonna have to make that push to go up the hill onto turn number 2 and 3. Better hurry up, Team Insportec. Don't lose that good effort out there to have that best race for the Nations Cup in round 3. The fans are counting on you to survive this race whenever it takes to have 16 laps for the GT3 and GT2 league. So down the hill onto the left turn and go for the banking position to go over at the back straight. It looks like AJGT350 is about to get closer in and go steady up to be possible to have that main boost. Now back onto the final sector in number 3. 0.8 seconds behind for Team Insportec, so it'll have to be pack up and go slowly to be careful to be on the hairpin on turn 14. Avoid the dirty air, you guys. This is how this race is going to get much more far intense as it looks. I tell you guys, this is going to have to take a far more difficult challenge ever since to have some desperate measures for every GT racers where only 15 drivers are being left standing. And here it goes. AJGT350 is now overtake at Team Insportec due to the troubling effort out there to have that overtake that needs to be working properly. Now on to turn 4 and 5. Just going to keep dive in and keep going forward to catch up to AJGT350 on sector 2 on turn number 6 and 7. There we go. Looks like steady as it goes. Proper braking position is going to have to get much more far effort to go in and get steady up to be in a desperate situation. But looks like Shanti is about to get closer in for having a main part of the elevation distance in about 1.6 seconds. Come on, Team UDRS Insportec. This has got to work perfectly for having a second part and go for the second chance to get at it to stay in the middle of the grid session, to be well survived and well handled, to be well achieved, to be saved for having one part of the highlights. So the dirty air is now being surrounded for having a main part of the track, and there it goes. 2 cars are about to go for the side-by-side to be entered on lap number 5 to get in and go for turn 1 to be having a brake position to be entered at the inside of the apex. Especially as it goes for Team Insportec, gonna have to keep trying. 8th place is gonna have to stay much more fine-handled in order to survive this race for round 3. Absolutely to go clear on sector 1, practice well, go harder, and stay on top of the main position to get in onto AJGT350 in 7th place. Already entered to have turn 10 to get entered onto the back straight. Looks like the separation is going to have to get closer onto Savage Revenge 77 in about a few more seconds to go remaining on the gap. Increased by the distance, so gonna have to keep pushing up and go for the elevation to have some overtake, just to use for only one at a time and take a number because it might be quite possible to be serving as the main booster rocket. As other racers goes on and get some separation, Ahmad, Goatnuts, and Jay Heeger is now going entered to have the main part of the separation on position 1 through 3. Incredible. Looks like they're about to go at it because Ahmed is now took over for having a new set of the record by 1 minute 11.802 seconds as other racers goes on and make that push to be entered to have turn number 2 through turn number 5. it is intense to see how SF23 models is now being featured to have a new set of challenges just to make sure to have that eco boost is going to have to keep a good main part of the pace. So here comes Team UTRS in Sportec. Might gonna have to take turn 10 to be slammed to brakes, go for the left turn, and steady up to get entered to have that part of the elevation as Shanti swoops in and make that upper hand to get quickly to go over in about 0.6 seconds as Team Sportec has to be prepared itself for having a one-top onslaught defense coming from behind. Now here comes turn 14 at the hairpin. There goes the contact, now being shown on the rear. Shanti is now getting closer onto Team Sportec, but looks like this is going to get a desperate measures to have one boost close in to have this part of the action. And there it goes. Looks like Shanti has a main pushing upper hand advantage to be entered on lap number 7. Watch yourself. Looks like Shanti is not going to have to do this because Team Sportec is going to have to keep a good exactly careful before enter to be on the first turn to get back onto turn 2. A huge absurd amount of time for every other racers, including Team UTRS in Sportec during the 3rd round in the Nations Cup for the 2023 series. It takes a lack of possibility to survive the drama and gonna have to keep on racing to stay clean and go extreme faster to be in the main ropes and tight elevation spots to be well handled. But here comes the first wave at the pit stop for other racers before coming in towards the end of the 7th lap as Aman is now entered to take the first position, is still yet to be in the lead. Here comes Goldnuts in 2nd place. Looks like he's still going forward to catch up onto Aman in about a few more seconds to go on the main distance up ahead. Jay Heeger in 3rd place. Still got a lot of good 3rd position, is now set to be on the defense. And for the other racers are about to get in and get on the go and proceed on to lap number 8 to be serving as the second reminder before enter to be stopped at lap number 9. So here it comes. Other racers are about to go for the lineup to take turn 1 again, and especially for Team Sportec is still taking a focus onto Shanti in about 0.9 seconds up ahead before entered onto turn 2 and 3. Let's dive in and go carefully on turn 4 and 5. Looks like Guillermo has left the lobby for only 14 drivers left standing. So I won't stick around because the update by the grid is going to have to go climb up and enter by default to be in 8th place. And there it goes. Yellow flag signal. Looks like it's AJ GT350 is now having an opposite direction after a slight spun out to be called in without having an instant replay. So 7th place for Team Sportec, and he is on a roll. Just to be planned and go exactly to be well handled as Shanti is now being moved on to be in the 6th position along with Savage Revenge 77 in 5th place. But here it comes. Looks like Savage Revenge and Shanti is about to go enter at the pits while Team Sportec is on the upper hand advantage to be on the 4th position. But this has got to take one determination pick. Pit stop at lap number 9 at the end, or go with 0 stop is going to be a very tough risk to avoid having a huge demise. So we have to find out and go for only one decision for Team Sportec. In order to survive this race, we'll have to take one pit stop by the risk. It will have to drop down to be automatically to be on a different grid standing, or just going to keep moving on forward to be in the 4th position whenever it takes to have that right side of the tire compound in the soft racing category is absolutely to go impossible for this part of the racing objective. But give or take, or more or less for Team Sportec, in order to survive, we'll have to play safe to do this time. In about 1.5 seconds for torque ready, Team Sportec is still on the roll and moving on forward to take the 4th position for having a temporary setback. But here comes the hairpin. Just going to take that left turn, going steady up, and go enter at the pit stop to be on the right direction to be served as an entrance. So there you go. Team Sportec is now being dropped down on the 6th place along with Racer Barrett 532 as well in 5th place. Jay Iyer is here to be entered at the pits along with Savage Revenge. The tires are about to be set and go for having a new compound fresh. Exit and go entrance to be exit out in the right direction. So here comes to be on the update for Savage Revenge 77 and Shanty, as Team Insportec is now being dropped down onto 8th place. Team Insportec is still going to take a lot of ropes out there to be mastered on each part of the complex turns on turn number 2 and 5. So enter to go back again on sector 2 to be on turn 6. Defense is the main purpose of the key to stay on going and wait on standby to catch up to Shanty and Savage Revenge 77 in position 6 and 7. But hold on, looks like AJ GT350 has left the lobby for only 13 drivers remaining. It's a racing royale between competitive racer in the GT3 and GT2 league. So let's give it a go and keep on going to be well received to beat the Dirty Air for the SF23 models between the Honda and Toyota versions will be entered to be served as the next level version. But here we have RR Ghost 45 enters and overtakes on position number 8. But hang on, looks like this has got a lot to do a push out there for Team UDRS Insportec folks. Main straightaway and go for lap number 11 in about 5 more laps remaining. So far, so very close, but the only reason is because that has one best cue to do it, because it will have to go in, go out, and exit out onto turn 5 to be swoop in and enter the tunnel to take sector 2 to go for turn 6 again. RR Girls 45 and Team UDRS Insportec is now going at it to have that main part of the elevation to go enter to push through onto turn 9 and step it up closer to have the left turn onto turn 10 to enter at the back straight. It's about to go increase in about 1 second up ahead for Team Insportec. RR Ghost is now going advantage and going straight away to be on the enter onto the sector 3. But here comes the hairpin on turn 14. Slow down for Team Insportec and going faster for RR Ghost 45. And there goes Torque Ready at the pits just in time and go for the signal check for Team Insportec to be entered and climb up to be on the 8th position, while RR Ghost is on 7th place. 4 more laps to go. Keep it up. This race is just gonna have to go quicker, tougher, and stable to get in for having a most fine condition to be on the well balance. And there goes the ignore track limit for Team Insportec. Always be on exercise caution to keep a good, well-handled position to find a good line. And there it goes. Looks like the gap distance is about to go increase by having ups and downs and slow down to be precisely to be at turn 9 and 10 to get over onto the back straight of the track. But in about a few more seconds remaining between 2 drivers in the far distance is about to catch up on the Savage Revenge 77 on position 6 by enter in sector 3. However, because the top 3 drivers are still yet to be currently to be well dependent and stay in the main position on number 1 and 3. Goldnuts, Ahmed, and Jay Huger is now currently to be updated for having a top 3 position to go update. 3 more laps to go, and we're on the 13th lap, you guys. Currently to be finishing at lap number 12. Moving on forward for Team UDRS Insportec in the 13th lap and still goes on to be on the 8th position. A bit known to do that, but looks like Jay Iyer has now entered to be joined in for having a company approach. Company halt, go defense, and entered sector 2 for Team Insportec to have turn 6 to be set and rolling out to have a main defense to be pushing away. This has got to be it, because the 9th place for Jay Iyer is about to get closer onto Team Insportec's position in about 0.7 seconds remaining. Just beat the Dirty Air and just gonna have to go climb up and be quicker at it, because it'll have to be using the overtake to be using to beat that Dirty Air to get in and get out of the situation alive. So far so very good. Coming out at the tunnels in sector 3. Moving on in and keep a good main defense to be break through and get back in about 0.5 seconds to push through. Hang in there, folks. This race is about to be over soon, so 2 more laps and just gonna keep it up and keep it well done to be added, because it has to go closer to see how one turn of the racing competition for Team Insportec, and there it goes. Jay Iyer is now entered for having a sneaking in approach and go commencing to be on the overtake speed adjustment. But after that, turn 4 and 5 is now going to save point for Team Insportec to get back onto Sector 2. That's the ticket. Keep up the defense and stay strong out there for only one chance of survival possibility. Very magnificent. Very magnificent, and always gonna have to beat the dirty air. As clear from Sector 2 to be entered to have that dirty air approach. Now for the hairpin to get back again onto the turn 14 to get in and get out. Jay Iyer is still much more patiently to be on the chance as Team Insportec stay strong and keep pushing in. And hold on, looks like it's about to get closer. Looks like Jay Iyer is about to get much more nearly there. Looks like Team Insportec might need to avoid a contact. Side by side pushes in. 15 laps to be entered for only one more to go remaining. And there it goes. Looks like this is going to get much more fine closer out there for Jay Iyer, and Team UTRS Insportec is going to have to stick it up and go harder to be on turn 2 and 3 and going at it onto turn 4. Be very careful and watch your step. Turn 6 to get back onto Sector 2. Very too far close. Very too far close for Team Insportec, folks. He is going much more fine desperate measures to go at it and stay on the chase on Jay Iyer in position number 8. So let's go and keep pushing forward and beat that gap distance inside the dirty air. It all comes down to this. This has got to be it to get closer for having a thrill battle of 8th place. Steady as it goes. Jay Iyer is now going off the track and get back in for temporarily, so it'll have to get closely to be on the main careful, and there it goes. 0.5 second penalty is now in effect for Jay Iyer as Team Insportec has the opportunity to get closer before moving on to take the final lap. It all comes down to this, for having the top 3 drivers is now being yet to be shown for the update. Looks like Goldnuts is now going entered to take the first position in the lead for having a first position winner for this year's Nations Cup for the 2023 series for the GTWS. Goldnuts is about to take home the podium, you guys. He is about to take that best successful for victory, because the capital B for victorious is now going to be having a good claim title for having achieved master for the SF23 Super Formula. And here it comes. Looks like he's about to take home the podium, and he done it. Goldnuts wins the race in round 3 for the 2023 GTWS Nations Cup at D-Force Raceway for the SF23 Super Formula. Good job, Goldnuts. Way to keep up, and you did very good. Awesome. Very awesome, and that's a good, faster competition. But hold on, looks like Ahmed has now finished in 2nd place, followed by Racer Barrett by 32 in 3rd. But looks like Jay Iyer is about to take that one last push, go for the final stretch, and Team Insportec just barely give everything it got. And there it goes. What a quick, thrilled survival of racing for having a final round, for having a one best time ever out there, for having a last race entry. Team Insportec has finished in 9th place. Survival of the finish operation is now complete. What an incredible, intense thrill of the race. But I tell you guys, because this has got to have a 1-3 finish in the Toyota versions of the SF23 Super Formula. I mean, more like a 1-4 finish in the same Toyota version. This is so miracle to have Goldnuts takes the win for having a best effort out there, for having a good achieved success. But the good news is, clean race is now being received, ends up regularly to be on the 9th position. Boy, glad this race is over. What a tough day. A super fast, tough day for having 2 versions of the Dollara SF23 Super Formula. And for the replay, for having a well shown, for having a black thumbnail image is now being saved. So the outcome is now going well achieved to be successful. Goatnuts has did a good job out there for having a first position, for having an ongoing defense, as Amen is now being dropped down onto second place while having an ongoing position to be well used for only several laps to go. But even, of course, Racer for Rep 532 did a good job out there for having a third position to be served as a runner on. But of course, because Aman is now being part as a runner on when he's finished in second place. So I just left a message and congratulations to the 3 drivers, did a good job out there for having a best win. So I can't say because faster times to beat the dirty air to go overtake when using the SF23 models is very brand new. Honda and Toyota version is all about putting up with some new updated performance and one fine adjustment to go increase body aerodynamics. And even of course the brake balance is always gonna have to keep a good exact grip and maintained by the mobility. Now that's a super formula competition for round 3 in the Nations Cup. Well folks, looks like that was a lot of tough time out there to go faster, quicker, and survive for only one race, and take 2 for having a continuation for this part of the live stream video. Well, I can't say because it takes a lot of hard work for myself just to be creative to be serving as an encore content video nomination. But this one is going to be set to be served directly to go over for my YouTube channel. But after all, Goatnuts did a good run out there for beating a 20-minute lap time for having a good successful race. All that hard work just climb up and going up over to be at 225 miles in today's daily workout. But it was a lot of good run out there, but that's one event down on the championship event, and that means the lap time challenge is going to have to be coming up soon in the next part of the video later on in the future. So just you wait folks, because this live stream video is now being set and complete, and then the encore will be coming in as well along with the rest. I guess I'll have to wrap this up before at the end of the live stream video. It was a lot of fun out there for having a tough race for having 2 versions in the SF23 Super Formula for the Honda and Toyota version before moving on forward to take round 4 on Wednesday. We'll be at Autodrome Lago Maggiore to be in the full course layout in the Group 4 category. It's only on May 24th before tomorrow's update on Gran Turismo 7 is going to be on May 25th. 3 cars, and this has something else to be very interesting to have another Gran Turismo award, another R32 Skyline GTR to have a different kind of an alternate variant, and even of course to have the Alfa Romeo Giulia in the classic model. But I can't wait to see these 3 cars are now being set to be available before in about 5 days left. Thank you for enjoying watching the live stream video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeepNetArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time and continue on forward in round 4 of the 2023 series in the GTWS Nations Cup on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again on Wednesday in May 24th. Keep on racing, stay clean, and have a good day.